Hi everyone, welcome back. Now we're in the large greenhouse, the 16 by 8, and you'll notice if you look over my shoulder the conspicuous absence of the two large beefsteaks that we had. They were both pink brandy wines and I took them off and weighed them about a week ago. Now I did film that and I filmed the weigh-in, but I've not had an opportunity to put an update together because I've been really busy at work. So we're going to cast our minds back a full week to when I took them off and we're going to see what they weighed. Now I'll let you into a little secret. I've got a new personal best for tomato weight, but you'll see more when you look at the clip. Okay, enjoy. Hi everyone, welcome back. Well, we're looking at the second largest of the beefsteaks of this season. This is a pink brandy wine. And as you can see, it's started to turn a really nice rosy pink, between pink and red really. And if I put my hand at the side, you'll see that it's a fair old size. I would imagine it's about £2. It may be a little bit more than that, but I'm going to take it straight home. I'm just about to go home for lunch on Sunday the 2nd of August. Crucially, when you press it, there's a little bit of softness, a little bit of give, and that's a really good sign that it's well ripened and ready to pick. So this is going to be cut off now and it's going to get weighed. Well, as soon as I came through the door, I got the scales out and I thought I'd get it weighed, and you can see I've got the 1.5 pound onion at the side for scale, so it really is quite a large tomato. And this is now officially the heaviest tomato I've grown to date in probably close to 15 years of growing tomatoes, and the weight is £2, 14 5/8 ounce. So if I just zoom in a little, you can see that a little bit more clearly. So just a tad under £3, and this I think was the second largest. Now it may have been a little bit denser than the other one, but the other one really does look quite a bit bigger, so fingers crossed we might hit the £3 threshold. Hi again. Well, it's still Sunday the 2nd of August and I've popped back down just to do a little bit of watering in the evening, and I've decided that I need to cut this large beefsteak off as well. If you remember earlier today, I took the £2 14 ounce second largest beefsteak, and that's kind of piqued my interest, and I can't resist taking this one as well. I've given it a good squish all the way around, and it is quite soft on the shoulders here. This part of the tomato was the first to ripen, so I don't want it to become overripe, so it's going to get cut off, and we'll keep us fingers crossed. We might just touch £3, we'll see. And here we are back at the weigh station again, and unfortunately we've not quite done it. It's just 1 ounce heavier than the other tomato. Now it's raised up a little bit on the weigh scale, so it looks a little bit bigger. It's just nearer to the camera, and the actual weight is £2 15.5 ounce, so just shy of £3. I'm going to claim £3 anyway. So they're my two biggest beefsteak for 2020. Catch you later. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. We've eaten both of those tomatoes incidentally now, and they were really nice. Not too wet, not very much in the way of seed either. Really nice and fleshy, and they were enjoyed, as I say. But looking back at the beefsteak that are still to be harvested, you can see that quite a few of the first trusses are ripening up nicely now, and we've got some more pink brandy wine here on the left, the standard Harbinger tomato here. A Brandy Boy, one colouring up nicely there at the back. German Johnson. And the Paul Robeson have coloured up really nicely. My wife came down yesterday and took one of these off along with a few others, and it looked really stunning. And as you can see, they're colouring up really nicely now. Almost ready to take, I would say. And in fact I will take them as soon as there's a little bit of give in the body of the tomato when I press it. Because if they go overripe they can be a little bit watery. So and in fact I'm going to pick some of these before I water this morning, because I don't want to be adding any water to the tomatoes. I want them nice and sweet. Another Brandy Boy there, looking really nice. Just turning over to the right, and you can see that we've been enjoying the sun gold and the black cherry are ripening lovely now and got a really nice colour to them. They're ready to pick. So I'm going to get on with that now, and I'm going to pick us a nice tray of big fat juicy beefsteak tomatoes. Just before I do that, we'll come into the back and you can see that the cucumbers are ready for the water. They're all wilting, and these are the second batch of Piccolino mini cucumber, a few to be picked off here as well. So still doing well in the cucumber department, and even better when it comes to tomatoes. And here we are. This is my first major pick of beefsteak tomatoes in 2020, and I've not done too badly, have I? Most of these are from the big greenhouse that we were just in, but one or two are from the other greenhouses as well. And I've not shown you the other greenhouses, but they are full of tomatoes as well, just like these. And I might just give you a brief tour of those after we've looked at these tomatoes here. But I'm really pleased with these. None of them are overripe. I've got them just at the right time. And if I just introduce you to them personally, one at a time, you can see that we've got a beautiful hillbilly tomato here. Everything a heritage tomato should be. Look at that. Look at the pink blush at the base of the tomato. Lots of yellow, orange, slightly green shoulders. A little bit of cracking, but that's to be expected. But what a beautiful tomato. That'll weigh about £1.25, £1.50. Absolutely stunning. And then we've got a Paul Robeson here. Again, as I said in previous updates, with the characteristic dark green shoulders and a bronzy red. Some beautiful Brandy Boys. Really lovely tomatoes. A little bit of cat facing on the bottom. That doesn't matter, you just slice that off. And what have we got here? I think that might be a German Johnson. And one tiny orange Wellington. That actually is a little bit on the firm side, but it will ripen up. But absolutely stunning tomatoes. We've got a Brandy Boy here, and you can see how this has taken on like a deep purpley brown. That may be just on the brink of being overripe, but it should taste sublime. That one should be really nice. Stunning tomato. So as I say, the first major pick of beefsteak tomatoes in 2020, and I think that might be the first one that I try tonight. That's won me prizes at shows over 4 or 5 years. I don't think it's won a first prize or a best in class, but it's always in there with a shout. Lovely and sweet and fruity. Right, we'll take a quick look at the other greenhouses, and then I really must move on. That may be it for this update, just a brief one on the tomatoes, because I've got so much work to do on the plot, having been at work now for about 2 weeks. A staggering amount of work, so and lots of weeding. So let's just jump over to the other greenhouses. And here we are in the smallest greenhouse. This is an 8x8. It feels quite cramped compared to the other greenhouses, and to be fair, things don't grow as well in this one, it has to be said. A lower volume of air, if you want to call it that, or space in the greenhouse. Airflow's not as good, gets a little bit too hot sometimes, and that shows sometimes, as you can see with this tomato here, when you get a little bit of scorching on the leaves. But we can't complain about the tomatoes in here. We've got several beefsteak varieties, just like we have in the others. Quite a few ripening. That's a brandy boy that we're looking at. And then another brandy wine in the corner up at the back there, and a brandy boy. Lots of cherries, masses of cherries in this one because it's quite hot. I think this is a Zakura, as you can see. Lovely red cherries. Sun Gold here, again covered. And then one in the corner, the yellow variety. That's the Sun Baby. They're quite sweet, not as sweet as the Sun Gold, but still well worth the effort to grow. Tasty tomato. Just looking from outside here, and you can see the cherries, and you can see that I've not pruned for about a fortnight. There are a few rogue side shoots, so that'll be my job for tomorrow morning, but lots of cherries. And here we are finally in the top greenhouse. This is on the first allotment. It's a 10x6, and this has got high eaves, so you get better airflow in here. It doesn't get too hot. A little bit of shading outside as well from a few fruit trees, but the tomatoes seem to do really well in this one too. And if we just look at the beefsteak, you can see there's a tiny Paul Robeson just here. I've just removed one from that truss, as you can see underneath. I just cut one off. That there are several more here, nice big ones waiting to ripen. If we move along and I just pull back the foliage, you can see we've got tomatoes at the back there, more here, but as you can see they're not as advanced in the bottom greenhouse, which actually is a good thing. As I say, this greenhouse is a little bit sheltered, and as a result the tomatoes are slower to ripen, but ripening they are, as you can see here. This is a pink brandy wine, and we've got a brandy boy in the corner there, and then here we've got a Cherokee purple, and look at the size of that one. Really nice, and that's an award winner as well. I've won first prizes with this one. Still a bit firm, this one, not quite ready to harvest. And then in the corner we've got the standard tomato. This is the Harbinger, it's a good size. And then again lots of cherries. The black cherry here, beautiful. Slightly larger cherry, but lots of them. I might just finish off by picking a couple of punnets of cherry tomatoes, because we don't want these to split, and if I water now they most definitely will split. So we'll get some of these cherries off, and there's a cascading cherry here, and it's marked as a Sun Gold, but it clearly isn't, so this is one that was wrongly signed. But look at the trusses on this. There must be, well, I don't know, I think that's one truss. It's got like 3 parts to it. It might be a sweet million or something like that, but there must be over 100 tomatoes on that. But, we'll try them and we'll see what they're like. Right, so I'll get some punnets and we'll pick some cherries. And these are the cherry tomatoes that I've picked. I didn't use punnets in the end, but I've used a large tub that had Haribo sweets in it. I think it's about a 3 kilogram tub, and it's full of Sunbaby, Black Cherry, Zakura and Sungold, and it's very heavy, I can tell you. I also picked some of the Black Pear to show you. This is my first year of growing these, and this is a beautiful and interesting tomato. It resembles the Japanese black trefoil, but I think the shoulders are perhaps a little bit greener and the tomatoes a little bit larger. So I've yet to try this one, so I'll let you know what that tastes like. So I've got 3 of those. I've actually got 2 plants of the Black Pear, so we should get plenty of them. So it's not a bad haul of tomatoes, is it? There must be easily £15, £20 by weight there, because these tomatoes are going to weigh £1.5 each. There's about £4 of weight there, I would say. So yeah, beautiful, aren't they? Really rewarding when you grow interesting beefsteak tomatoes. The cherries are lovely, lovely to snack on as you walk around the plot, and everybody enjoys them. But these are a real showstopper. And as I mentioned earlier, that's going to be enjoyed at tea tonight. Well, that's it for this update. Thank you very much for joining me. Sorry it's just about tomatoes again, but it's that time of the year, and it's the time of the year when you really need to savour and appreciate what you've grown, and that's exactly what I'm doing this morning. It's a nice way to start the day, but I've got to move on now and get some real work done. Lots of weeding to do, a few beds to cover up with manure as well. Harvesting to do, beans, the Borlotti beans are coming online, and I'll show you those in the next update. Anyway, for now, take care, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you again soon. All the best.